Are you glad you ran for this job?
Oh, most definitely. I love this job. I really do. I laugh. We laugh about it, but I do. I really do. I don't. Somebody asked me about this. Does it? I don't get stressed about none of this. I mean, I understand.
Are you taking it personal?
No, I do not take it personal. Mm-mm. I think you have two individuals that really think different about what's required and what's the amount needed to run the sheriff's office.
Those two individuals are who?
Me and the mayor.
Are you willing to sit down in a room with no lawyers, with you and the mayor, and try to figure this out?
Oh yes, but I don't know. Yes, I am, but that'd be kind of curious. I don't know what the attorneys for the city would say and the attorneys for me would say. But yeah, I think I'm not.
Just the two of y'all sit down in a room and try to figure it out.
No doubt, no doubt. Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the obstacle to that happening?
Oh, I think right now it would be the one we're talking about, what the attorneys for her would say and what the attorneys for me would say. But from my perspective, yeah, I'm willing to do that. Have always been willing to do that. I'm not opposed to that. I think that's what, and you talk to people in this community, I think that's what they would expect, to be honest with you. I really don't. I'm not just saying that. You know that. If you go out here and talk to people in this community that follow this a little bit, I think that's what you would hear. They need to just sit down in a room and get this worked out. And that's what I've heard that. I've had people tell me that. And I'm going to tell you something. It would have been nice if the judge would have ordered that right off the bat, basically, the mediation. And that's the same thing as sitting in the room and talking this out. But
what's your relationship with Mayor Thomas?
That's it. For me, my relationship with the mayor I think is very professional and courteous. It's pretty obvious that we're a little bit different on some things as far as it goes with the Muscogee County Sheriff's Office. But I can tell you this, Chuck, you can talk to a number of people in this community that know me. You can talk to a number of people that work with me in the Sheriff's Office that know me. And you can talk to a lot of people that I grew up in. I am not an egotistical purpose. My main number one goal, and I will always say this, is do the best job I can as the sheriff of Muscogee County, to not only to lead the sheriff's office for the men and women that work here, but do our part to serve this community. And that is my number one thing, to run a very professional agency. So what my point to this is I don't have an ego. I don't. This is all about business when it comes to what we're talking about. And I think that's what's important for most people in this community. I really don't think most people in this community like the fact that we are in litigation, and I don't like the fact that we're in litigation, to be perfectly honest with you.
Why don't you like that?
I just don't. I think it's bad. Anytime you have litigation between anybody within the city government with the city government, that's not good. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. Sometimes, unfortunately, it happens. I mean, it's happened with the other sheriff's office in the state of Georgia in the past, and that's unfortunate. If you talk to that sheriff's office or the sheriffs that have gone through that, they did not like the fact that they had to go through that. But sometimes, like any individual, you felt like sometimes it gets to that point. A lot of also people need to remember this. And I don't think a lot of people do is after this, the budget that we're in now, that we're in litigation about, is I had met with finance trying to work out the differences.
Did you sit down face to face with Mayor Thomas?
No, not Mayor Thomas. She sent Pam Hodge and those within finance. And I sat down twice with them to try to work out the differences of what I
well,
felt
the difference
like
was $2 million, right?
At that time, yes, sir.
What is the difference now?
I think with some things that we've done within the sheriff's office and some other things, I think it's going to be about 1.2. The biggest challenge and biggest difficulty when you start talking about a county jail is inmate population. Inmate population is going to drive the budget of the jail from every aspect, from food, water, power. The more inmates we have, the more money we spend on medication. more inmates you have, the more money you're going to have to spend on most likely the likelihood of somebody going outside the jail for medical services. The more people you have in jail, you have to have more personnel to security part of it. So that's the challenge, the unknown of the inmate population, because it does fluctuate a little bit. And one of the other biggest, I guess, challenges is when it comes to that is individuals down there that have some more serious medical issues than you would expect. You know, I don't expect right now, I would hope, not to get a call that says, hey, we got a guy over here, he's about to have, he's going to have triple heart bypass surgery. Oh my gosh. You know, that's going to, can you imagine having to foot that bill? So that
Does that come out of your budget?
The medical service for inmates, yes, sir. If the public doesn't have trust in your agency, you're going to face a tough uphill battle on a lot of things.
Do you think the public trusts the Muscogee County Sheriff's Office?
Oh, yes, sir.
And why do you say that?
Oh, just because that's the feel you get when you talk to people out here in the community. You talk to different groups in the community. I think you'll get that, no doubt about that in my mind.